what a lovely day today. It's a beautiful 71 degrees, end of January in South Carolina. Welcome to Street Moto Z. This is another Train Your Brain Moto Safe series. And I'm going to talk about 8 ways to ride your own ride. So 8 ways to ride your own ride. Number 1, when you're riding with somebody else, make your own decisions. Sometimes when you're riding with another motorcycle rider, they'll do some things and you feel that you may have to do those too, but you don't. You do what you want to do and ride your own ride. Make your own decisions. If they're blasting through an intersection, slow down. Make sure the intersection is clear before you go through it. Ride your own ride. Make your own decisions. If they're going really fast on a dirt road, slow down. Maybe you don't know that road. Number 2, go at your own pace. Don't try to keep up. So if you're riding with somebody else and they're riding faster than you, you don't have to ride that fast. Go ahead and let them gap you. You may not know the road that you're on. I was riding one time following somebody and they were zipping down the road and I was keeping up, and then he got a little ahead and I was trying to keep up, and we got to a curve and I almost didn't make it around that curve. Luckily I was wise enough to know that I could apply the front brakes through the curve gently and be able to make the curve. Ride your own ride. Number 3, know your own skill level. You may not be able to go around a curve as fast as somebody else. Know your own skill levels. You can go out and practice slow maneuvers, quick stops, and quick turns and things like that, swerves. You can practice those things. It helps you know your own skill level of what you can do and how fast you can stop, and what distance you need and what speed that you can stop in. Number 4, know your boundaries. Know what you can do and can't do. Like, I know that I cannot drift my motorcycle. I know I can't wheelie my motorcycle very well. I know I can't Indy my motorcycle very well. If I want to do those things, I probably should practice those before going out trying to show out in front of other folks. Number 5, know your environment. Your environment is the street you're on, the weather, the conditions of the road. To ride your own ride, if it's raining out here, are you going to ride in the rain really fast around corners? Of course not. You're going to ride slower. Your environment that you're in is important. Sometimes other cars drive crazy fast and dangerous, and that's part of your environment. You have to adapt to that. Sometimes they drive really slow, and you have to adapt to that too. And sometimes people make bad decisions making left-hand turns in front of you in certain areas of the country, so you have to be careful. I heard Florida is one of the most accident-prone states for motorcycle riders. It may have something to do with all the other car riders that are riding on the road with the motorcycles. Ride your own ride. Number 6, every motorcycle is different. Right now I'm pretty good on a Ninja 650. If I had to jump on a Goldwing, I would love to ride a Goldwing, but if I had to jump on one of those and ride a long ride, I would really want to ride that motorcycle around a little bit and get to know it. Every motorcycle is different. They all stop at different distances. They all have different turn radiuses. The turn radius on some of the choppers is not very good. Also on some of the really fast sport bikes, the turn radius isn't great because your hand can get bound up next to the gas tank, so you really have to know that motorcycle. They're all different. Don't let aggressive car riders push you around. You may have an aggressive car rider that is riding your butt, tailgating you, And don't go faster just because that car's pushing you. Ride your own ride. You might want to go faster if you really need to be safer, but try to ride your own ride. Don't make them push you outside of your skill level. I've got a guy tailgating me right now. You see him? They're tailgating. I'm gonna tell him to back up. Gave him a little wave, back off. And they did back off a little bit. Okay, they didn't back off enough. I don't like this. Ride your own ride. Number 8. If you're a beginner motorcycle rider, pick your own motorcycle that you want to start with. If you want to start with a moped, then get a moped. That would teach you a lot. If you want to start with a 400 series or a 300 series motorcycle, then get one of those. Those are considered small bikes. What's nice about them is if you drop them, they're not really expensive, or if they tip over and get a little scuffed, it's not a big loss of finances. They're easy to pick back up. They're lightweight. But if you're more experienced, maybe you've done some motocross in the past or something like that, and you may want to step up to a bigger rider, to a bigger motorcycle. I picked a Ninja 650. It's a little bigger than a 400, but it's not 1,000. It's not a leader bike. I would be a little bit nervous myself jumping into a leader bike, but some of you guys may have really good skill levels, and some of those leader bikes now have the technology to turn down the power of the bike. You can put it in low power mode and it won't get away from you. But once you turn that back into high power mode, be careful, because it can get away from you quick. I haven't been on a leader bike, but I've heard a lot of discussion about the low power, high power modes, and some people just jump straight to the leader bike and they put it in low power mode and they love it and they get really comfortable in low power mode, and then they put it in high power mode and they think they can do the same thing in high power that they can in low power mode, and they end up wrecking their motorcycle. And that's, you know, that's not a $6,000 bike. That's a $18,000, $20,000 bike. That's a lot more money that you're putting at risk. So if you're learning to ride, do what's best for you. I think the old adage of starting on a small motorcycle makes good sense, but some of you guys might be really athletic and have good abilities, good acuity, and you might want to start on something different, and that's okay. That's up to you. Well, just remember, when you're out there on your moto, ride your own ride. You may have some comments about riding your own ride or some stories. Feel free to put those down in the comment section of the video. I'd love to hear. Hope you like this video. Like and subscribe. And remember, it's not about the destination. It's about the ride, baby. Yeah! Still got my Dragonfly, buddy. Woo!